Am on the right page. Hi there. Good morning. This is Bernaid Flinoy, and I am the artist here at the Paint Pops. Paint Pops basically stands for Paint Party Online Pop Up Shop. So that's where we are, and I'm popping in today um, to work with you just a little bit. Now, tonight, I'm also doing a quick pop up for Mother's Day. Okay, today this is what we're working on. We want to trans, yeah, these are white. You can make them yellow, you can make them pink. We want to work on recreating or creating our own version of that. Now, in the chat, I do have the download. Yep, the download is there, and I can show you how that you can paint directly on the download or color with your crayons with the download or colored pencils or watercolor or the acrylic paints that I'm going to use today. So replay viewers, you know how to fast forward along to the parts, the little snippets, the little goodies that you want to see. Now tonight, this is the download that's also in that folder. You sign up and you click a few buttons and boom, there you have it, right in your computer that you can print out yourself. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We create over here. We create creative experiences over here. So I am also the artist behind the painted pole. So that's what you see down at the bottom. How about I remove that because we are on a different page. So let me remove that particular banner. Let's get that off of there. So I don't have any music playing, but I want to get some music playing while we're working. And we don't have to be here all day. Just spend a little bit of your Saturday, or if this is the replay, of course, paint at your convenience. And what I'll probably do, I'll probably have my mini-me faithful assistant, my willing worker, kind of chop the video up and then put it on YouTube, and you can find it over there. In maybe about another week. It would be nice to have it a little bit sooner, but they have school and a whole life as well. I am trying to pop on, and thank you so much. All right, let's see where to remove that particular banner. I don't see it. So we may have to leave the painted pose up there for a moment. Let me tap this right quick. And I want to get some music playing. But I know for Facebook, it takes a moment to send out notifications across pops.com. And let's see if that will work. I added the banner, and let's see if we can show that. There we go. Ow! Now, I don't see where to remove the other one, but there we go. The paintpops.com. That's where we are. Okay, let's find some music, and let's get down to it, shall we? Thank you so much for joining, popping in. All right, where is my background banner? I don't know. I know I added one. I really did. This is interesting here. Okay, this is really interesting. All right, okay. I didn't click Save Changes, so if you don't do that, then it looks like a bogus site. So if you're here and you see some things that you like, maybe I'll do a little quick tour of the studio and get started with the painting. Let me know. Put it in the comments. You can send me a direct message. You can email me, of course. And all of that information is up underneath the header of the Paint Pops page. So we are clicking on to get to some music. Right? Clicking for the, what do you call it, the Creative Studio. We may have to go without the music. I just want a few little Hmm, this looks a whole lot different than what I'm used to over on the painted pose. But we're gonna get going. It's 11:11. This painting probably took about, I'm just gonna hold it right here, wear it as a necklace. This painting took about maybe about 40 minutes. I painted this live last year just before Mother's Day. Let me click on the painted pose and see why I can't see the same menu option for the music. But it just makes it a nicer environment, and I'm glad Facebook offers that. Now, I haven't done a lot of talking today, so my voice is still down in the basement. Okay, so it has Creator Studio over there. I don't know why I don't have Creator Studio over here. That is interesting. Okay, well, we're just going to have to move on. That is interesting. So I've got, we'll have to see why we don't have that option over here. So anyway, we're going to keep right on moving. Creative Tools, Sound Collection. We're going to hit Jazz, and we're going to rock and roll. Thank you, Willing Worker. Oh, thank you, Willing Worker. All right. Now, once again, you can trace it. You can freehand it. It all works wonderfully well. Let me see. Do we have any groovy children's music? Okay. I don't know. Let me just go back to all moods and keep it moving. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Are you going to do a quick coloring sheet with us? You can, just for a couple minutes. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for joining us. Yep, for right now, just for a moment, I'm going to hit play. Would you like to sit down? And I'll pass you the crayon. Cool. We're going to squeeze up the paint. Get ready. All right, let me make sure you're on camera. Are you good? You know what? I'm going to read the question. You go right on ahead. You can use this as inspiration. You make them in the right place. There we go. I'm going to squeeze all the paint out. Maybe just a little bit. You're doing good. You can color faster. You know, more sketchy. you know, that way you can get it done and go back this wonderful day. Breathe in, breathe out, let all of your worries flow out. Time pass, and so too shall this. Take a step. Now, one quick tip for the printouts and the downloads that we'll be offering here, you can print it off your own computer, but I can also drop it in the mail with a piece of, it's like carbon paper, but it has graphite, like number 2 pencil on the back, and it will transfer to the canvas once you place it back there. Let me make sure, before I put this here, let me make sure I have this where I want it. Now this is an 8x10 canvas. You can of course get it 9x12 or a little bit larger or even a little smaller. You just kind of let us know what you're interested in. I am making sure it kind of overlaps the edges just a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit of tape to this just to secure it so it doesn't keep flopping everywhere. Of course, I'm reaching for the tape. Normally the tape is right here. I'm going to grab some tape. Cool. Do you want to show the people what you're working on? Thank you. You know how to fill in that time because this is live and things do happen. I think I'm just going to maybe secure it from the bottom since I know I'm going to just slide it in the top. And then down at the bottom, if you look at the canvas here, you know, it's just a little bit dark. You kind of think maybe the bottom of, you know, where the stems and extra little greenery is. And don't get confused by all of that. Just trace the basic tulips in, or if you want to do the little circle flower with the little circles going around it, or daisy-like, feel free. But this is just a basic guide to give you an idea. And I did that freehand, looking at a beautiful tulip picture. I think I used Unsplash. So I've got this taped on here just to hold it in place. And you can slip the graphite in here. And even if you don't have this, you can take a number 2 pencil and kind of scrub along the back to create the same kind of effect. So I'm just going to take the back of this brush right quick. I'm going to hold it right here. And I'm just going to go over one of these lines. Let's see what this looks like. Let's see if that transferred before we do the whole thing. I don't know if you see it. That little line is there, so I'm going to do that whole large one. And you just want, I'm just using the brush because it was right here. A pencil will work. An ink pen will also work. So we're just going to transfer this over here right quick just to give you a few guidelines. Like I said, you don't have to add these. It's basically 4 or 5. If you wanted 8 or 10, 12, if you wanted to do a whole field of them, you could. I just wanted to pop out just a few. So let me make sure I get this here, just to give me a few little guidelines. Let's see what's going on back here. Okay, so that's showing up. I don't know if you see it. Let me tilt it this way. So that's showing up. You can do that. Now I'm just going to remove this because that just gave me just a few little guidelines. That's all I really kind of need. But you can transfer the whole drawing on here. Okay. All right, willing worker, what are you working on? Nice and loud. Project your voice so that the audio can be heard over here.
Tulip flowers.
Tulip flowers, okay. And who are you, willing worker? May we please ask?
I am the willing worker. The person behind the setup, behind the curtain.
Yes, and we're grateful. We're grateful for the willing worker. He does a lot of help over here for us. And so, you know, I just told him grab some crayons. This, he just happened to be walking through. You just get in here. And so I'm just going to throw this paint around just a little bit, and I'll kind of talk you through it. But enjoy the creative process. I want to have something that will inspire you to bring out your own creativity. But of course, if you say, Brene, what did you do? How did you do that? Let me know if you need step by step. And you know what? I'm not sure how to push out a live broadcast. I was trying to figure that out, how to promote the, and it says boost is unavailable because I'm going through StreamYard, which is another live stream connection as opposed to directly streaming from Facebook, the platform that Facebook developed. I'm not sure. It just says boost is not available. So I'm not sure how to push this out because I know, let me see, I could copy the link. Pin to the top of the page. Okay. I could embed this on my website. Great. Nobody's over there right now. I need to get people over there. So I'm not sure. Yep. So next Saturday, let me just throw this out here. Next Saturday, we will actually create the event so that we can promote that one. And I was in here a little bit this morning doing some everything but that. But we do have the tracers in the folder ready for you. And we'll leave those in there for a limited amount of time. But sign up and get on the list and talk to me. Let me know what you're interested in. If you want dragonflies, you're interested in, having maybe 3 wall hangings in your kitchen associated with pastries and fruit and vegetables or love, blessed or faith, whatever saying that you're interested in, let us know. We'll if I don't have it, I can find it. Okay. So we're going to put the music back on. I will work on the background right quick because that's how I like to do it. And let me just say this. Some people love to do the background and then paint on top. If you think about icing a cake, getting that white layer on first and then you build up on top of that. You can do that. I do a little bit of both. So I'm going to try to paint around the main part of the tulip here. Let me make sure I'm on the right page. That's always helpful. So I'm going to paint around the main part of the tulip. Let's see what our willing worker is doing because he's going to do his crayon. You know what? Because it's hiding that. Let me hold this up. Thank you, sir. So now he's got his, let me tilt it. He's got his main idea there. And then I can't wait to see what he's going to add to the sky. So thank you. And like I say, all of this down here, you could do some crayon and then you can get in here and paint some parts of it. You can work with marker on some parts. And when I say paint, if you've got watercolor, you can do that. If you got acrylics, you can do that. And I know that we'll be posting where you can get the materials. I also sell art kits too, but we will be posting where you can find your lovely materials. I went and took pictures out in Walmart last week and at Michael's last week. So we will get some things to you. And I tell you, I've got one of the sweetest, best assistants anybody could ask for outside of this one here. Thank you, Miss Jet. This is my willing worker, but thank you to the lovely Miss Jasmine. Make sure that if you know someone that needs assistance with their back office, trying to get your business flowing and set up, you know what? I'm on here live because of Miss Jasmine, okay? Jazzy Virtual Services. Put it in there, girl, because I'm gonna mess it up. Thank you so much for holding my hand, baby. We are just going to soar and we're going to serve the people. So that's what we're here doing today. Not perfect, but we're in here. And like I said, I wouldn't be here this morning if it wasn't for Jasmine. So we're going to be here next week, same time, but look for the event because Jasmine is going to get me all the way together. I love it. So we're going to get back to creating. It is 11:26. I will stop. I will try to make sure I check the comments. I'm going to just keep on moving. So I've got the basic colors. I'll show you here, and they're drying out as I'm talking. Let me see if I can turn this light just a little bit. So I've got white and like a little turquoise sky blue, a little bit of a darker blue, just like a basic bright blue, and a little yellow and black. Those are the main colors that I need. I may throw in just a little bit of violet as well. Because I don't know, I just like it, when I mix it up in there. I'm going to throw a little violet on here right now, and we're going to get back to working. Thank you so much, beautiful. Let me get back here. Let me pop this on here. There we go. So this Jasmine Yvette, that is the beautiful young lady that I was talking about. So we're going to go back to the music. Thank you, babe. I appreciate it. I like the mix of the yellow, the light green, and the other green. I think I'll have playing, but I want to teach as well. And I'm not sure about our internet connection. It went out totally the other day. As you get started, and that banner is covering. So let me lower this back down so you can see us. All right, so I'm going to lower it so you can see the table. All right, let's see. Are you tuned in live, ma'am? You can turn in live. We are live. My faithful worker is here working on the printout with crayons. And then I'm about to throw some paint around on this canvas. So, how may I help you? Well, I'm so glad you'll be able to turn on live for a little bit. And next week you might have to join us. Sounds good. Well, thanks so much for checking in on us. And feel free to pop on if you want to join the stream. You too, babe. And I will be sure to pop on your channel too. Thank you. All right. That is wonderful. That's one of our faithful viewers as well. And sometimes you don't know if you're live, So sometimes you have to get that phone call for reassurance. I like to paint the sides. And as I dip, just so you're aware, when I dip in and I'm not close, I don't put my whole brush in there. I just get a little bit down on the tip. Oh, just down on the tip, just enough to have on there. And sometimes I'll wipe it off depending on what's going on. But because I know I'm working on the background, I want to have it a little bit more juicy so it can move around and flow. So I am in here just blending away. I'm going to add a little bit of white to lighten it up for like our, and I'm just going to go on over here because I'm going to paint the other part white. the tulips. I think it's that, I don't know if it's the blue or the teal, the light blue or the other blue that's going bad. And hey, I'm just going to throw this out here while we're painting and chatting. My willing worker is going out today. And if anybody has any recommendations for, you know, sophomore age teens to hang out in Indianapolis, that's, you know, safe and that welcomes the teens, that has a good environment, um, where they don't have to have their parents around, that will be a welcome addition too. So you're going to bring that sky down really quickly. Do you want to paint the bottom of it? That way they can see that you can mix up the media. There we go. So let me hold up the other one right next to it so you can see that you can add your own flavor to it. It still is this particular painting, and you're using it as a jump off point. All right. So we're just going to go on in here right fast, adding a little bit more of this blue back here, and then I'll pop in. I'm going to lighten it up just a little bit. I don't know what the weather's like where you are, but it's a sunshiny day over here. Okay. Now on the other one, I think I did throw in a little bit of violet, just because. All right, so we're going to just fade this one out down here. And I'm just blending this in. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead, add a little bit of green, and I'm just mixing it right on here. You okay? Okay. So I am just kind of blending up my little green, because I just go for it. You know, I know that if there's a mistake to be made, I can find that. And I know how to kind of fix it. So I'm just adding just a little bit of the dark here. I think I still have that little tulip here and that other tulip. And then I'm going to bring that one here. So I'm just going to go right on in here. And I'm taking like a little angled brush. I don't know what's up with this background. I'm going to take the brush and just kind of hold it at an angle and just move up and down to kind of simulate a little bit of grass, right? So we're not painting every blade of grass, but that line, that linear stroke up and down right there. And I'm going to add I'm going to show you how little bit I'm going to add. I'm going to add just a little tiny bit of black on the tip. Not a lot, just a little bit to say I have a little bit there. Now I could wipe it off. I like to touch it instead of white. I just kind of tap it a little bit just so I'm in control with how much black is on here. All right, somebody's really into it now. Okay, I love it. Once you get started, you know, that's the thing, get started. So I'm throwing that black up in here, and it looks like I might need a little bit more. So you start off with a little bit because black is very strong, and then you adjust as needed, okay? So I'm going in here, I'm just throwing a little bit over up in here. And I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to add a little bit more of that blue down in here. Okay. Now see, this is fun. Now my fingers are right here. This is why I put that little plastic glove in the kit. You only really need one. The one that you need it to protect the hand that is actually holding the painting. The brush, the hand with the brush will be okay. But that's why I throw that little plastic glove right in the kit. Some people don't know why I do it, but that's what I do. And you know what? I had a paint party last night, and the gloves were uh, in one of my buckets. I just failed to pull it out. So I'm going to put this down here. Okay. Let me put this right here. And I'm going to keep working. Okay. Let's see if the light, let me make sure the light is decent. Because if I get in here, it's decent. If I back away, it does something else. So you can add, like I said, whatever you want to add. I'm going to clean off my brush just a little bit. Man, my willing worker got on in here and got down. Thank you. So I'm going to add a little bit more of the sky back here, and I'm just going to work on the tulips. I may stop the music again just to kind of tell you what it is that I'm trying to do with the paint on the surface, okay? And just give you a few tips on how to handle it. But, you know, we're in here working. We're having a good time. I hope that you are creating wherever you are. So let me put a little music on, and I'm going to keep on moving. Let's double check the time. It's 11:37. We should be finished in, what, less than 10 minutes, I think. All right. Make sure that's cool. You're into it, dude. I love it. Thank you. I appreciate it. You don't even know, dude. Well, I got something for you. I should have had a board back here. You know what? I'm going to get one. Now, you don't have to have a big old fancy easel either. One day I'm going to figure out how to lower and raise the audio of the music. This is from Dollar Tree. If you look, where did I get this? I think they have it where the candles and the frames are. This holds a plate. This is basically, what do you call one of those, like a little plate stand? But a couple years ago, I used them for as an easel. You know, starting off, you don't have all the fancy tools and everything, and that's fine. Now, I have 100 easels now, for real easels. But I've also learned I don't have to haul those everywhere either. Where are the other little wooden ones? I learned from my paint party sisters. Here are the other little ones. These are the stands that are on my site. These little stands here, I didn't discover these until, was it last year? I think I heard about them. And these are easel stands. So our willing worker, look at there, transforming the printout. Can you hold up the printout too? Thank you, babe. I really appreciate you popping in here. Child, they got their chores done the other day. Mama was fussing Thursday. Baby came in here and got those chores done Friday. And look at baby this morning. I'm saying baby, he is 16 years old. Okay. So from the download, you can print on paper. And like I said, I can send you the print off too with the tracer. Thank you so much. He's gone. And like I say, we're open for any recommendations for teens to hang out during the, catching that light, during the pandemic, that they can get to by bus, you know, that's safe, that's allowed for teens to go unsupervised. That may not exist in these times. I don't know. But we're open for suggestions. All right, so let's get down to it. So these easels, like I said, I sell those on my site. And I didn't know about them, so I'm going to show you how they're used. They hold up the canvas. Baby, we keep us some crayons around here. We've got probably 14 years worth of crayons around here. And yet, I can't help myself. I have to buy a new pack every year. Did I buy one last year? I think I did. It always finds its way in my basket. I have to have a fresh new pack of Crayola crayons every year. It's just something about them. To me, it's a box of possibilities. Okay? So here I am. I'm setting up. Look at there. Oh, no, you can't see that. Because I'm trying to be hold it gingerly because it's wet. Giving you a few options here on how to get things done inexpensively. This is not a $500 easel. So here we are right here. You know, now I'm wondering whether or not I want to turn it around. Let me turn it around this way since it wants to do that kind of thing. All right. So either way, I think the other way is better. Let me turn it. I think it's designed the other way, but you know, I'm a little extra. Let me put this back here so that you can see. Just have it spaced out enough to maybe where it's catching part of that wood. Maybe in here. Because this cloth adds a little bit of thickness to it. So let's see here. There we go. All right. All right. Now, let's go ahead and continue. I've got a little bit of blue right here. I'm going to add a little bit more of that darker blue over here. Let me see if that paint is right there so you can see. All right. Let me push this stool over. I'm going to get on down to it. So now all we're going to do is add the white tulips. Maybe I'll add a different color. I don't know if you've got a suggestion. I'm open to it. I have purchased some yellow tulips for the yard. And see, I guess it's the white coat that tells the light something. I don't know. Let me get in here and blend this. This is okay. You can still see. Let me move it just a little bit closer. And I'm just going to blend this out here. Add just a little touch of white in here and blend this out. And you could add little touches of clouds or whatever. Do your thing. This just brings me joy. I don't know about you and what you have going on over there. Let me put this down here. Let me pop this one in here. There we go. Yes, there we are. Now, I'm going to look over here. What I like to do is add whatever the color is. Since this is white from before, I think you can still see it. Okay, back here. It's in the shadow. Let me make an adjustment. This is taking up a lot of space. Let me move this over here. Even if I turn it my way, I can still see. There we go. That's taking up a lot of space. I'm going to move this over here. How about I switch this out? There we go. That way that's back there. And it's still in the shadow. Oh. I think that's okay. So it's back there. And then now I'm just going to go in, paint it white. I may have to add a little bit more white paint in here. I'm going to add just a little smidge of black. I'm going to get a little bit more white on here too. Let me make sure I'm holding this up clearly for you to see. And all I'm doing is just covering up this surface. And now I'm just thinking about the shape. Okay, we're going to think about the cylinder in a minute. So I'm throwing some white back up over here so everything is wet. And we're going to move quickly because we want to blend it. So I'm throwing paint, not necessarily thick paint. I'm going to squeeze out some more. That little bit of blue in there, actually doesn't hurt anything. It actually helps because it picks up some of the environment. So I'm going in here making sure I have the tulip shape. Oh, that's fun. And it's not white white. It has a little bit of grayness to it because I'm going to say the sun is shining this way. Then you want that particular area where it's closest to the light to be light, okay? And then the other areas that turn away from where the light source is, then it's a little darker, okay? So that's how we do that. You see it every day, but when it's time for you to use that knowledge painting, you might have to hear it. We are aware of a lot of things. We observe. Jackie Darbro, OIC, she introduced that to me about 7 years ago. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. The letter O, the letter I, the letter C. You observe, we see, we look, we take things in. Sometimes we do it with our five senses too. What we see, we smell, taste, hear, and what we touch. You investigate, you interpret, okay, and then you figure it out. The figuring it out is the conclusion. Oh, I see. So you do it all day, every day. You walk into your grandmother's house. Oh, Granny's frying chicken. You observed, you investigated, you interpreted, and you came to a conclusion. We do it all day. Oh, it's cold in here. Oh, I see. You observed, you investigated, or you interpreted the situation and you came to a conclusion. So I love Jackie Darbro for that because that's what I teach for my students. Turn it on. It runs naturally in the background anyway. We do it every day anyway. But now, when you're painting, then I really want you to be intentional about it. So let me go in here and get this little baby tulip here. And we're just worrying about the shape. The shape really will carry the actual painting, okay? So don't worry if you can't draw the thing itself. Try to get the shape of the thing and then add a little bit of the details. I'm going to take the smaller brush, and my paint is kind of drying out a little bit. That's okay. We're almost at the end. I'm going to go in here with some of the darker darks. Okay. I'm going to go in here with a little bit of yellow down here. A little yellow and blue. Yellow and blue always, mixed together makes that green. And so that kind of offsets some of that dark down here. And I'm going to go in here, up underneath the base. This might be a little bit dark. Let me get some of this green. Okay, up underneath the base of the tulip. Now we're getting ready to do just a little bit of three-dimensional modeling. A little bit. We're not going to hit it too hard. We're going to keep it simple. All right. And I probably need to put out here, honey, I love me some Bob Ross. Barb, B-A-R-B, Barb Ross right here. Okay, so we're just going to go in here with a little bit of this lightness here. Just a little bit. And we're going to go back up underneath with a little darkness here. Shadow is over here, okay? The light is hitting it. The shadow is going to be over here. The light, shadow. All right? So I'm just going to hit this just a little bit here. And I like it when it's kind of fresh. All right? Let me go in here. So I'm still kind of going back, adding like some little grass like features here. And sometimes when you don't mix everything and you just kind of put the pure colors, that's like the impressionistic style where it's the eye kind of blends it together. But if you need to blend it a little bit more, if that's more your style, please do. All right, so we've got basically what's going on in this painting. I'm going to add just a little bit more brightness over here since I know that light is hitting over here. All right, so now I'm going to add just a little bit of value. changes to the tulip. When I say the value changes, we're going to make it a little bit darker on the side. So I'm going to go right on over here. I've got some black on my brush. I'm going to go in here and just kind of add a little bit of white. You don't want it too dark. And I'm dipping in the white and I'm kind of coming out because I'm leaving most of the dark over there. So now I just want to come in here. There we go. Come on this shadow side and go inside of here, the inside of the tulip, add a little darkness in there. And so that's kind of what we did on the other. And I had a really good time. So I don't know if you can see. Let me get this a little light. I don't know if you can see that. I think it's kind of dry around here. That we're getting that in there. Of course, you can take a little bit more time to build that up. But we're going to stop now. And I'm so glad you were able to pop on. I'm hoping that light. There we go. You can kind of see where we changed it a little bit. And it doesn't have to be exact. And if we spent maybe another 10 minutes, it would look a little bit more refined like the other. But I want to thank you for popping on and joining us. This evening, we're going to be working with this particular tracer. If you'd like to have this tracer, it's in the link here. And what I may do is actually go ahead and create an event and see if I can push it out so more people can join. My beautiful, beautiful Jasmine, thank you so much for all of your help this week, all of the hand holding to get me to this point. And the paint party last night was wonderful. We had 8 people there, and I think everybody was just glad to connect. I made sure to have my mask on because we are still in a pandemic, but that is the first paint party that I've done live since last year. I love having the paint parties, but I also love providing the art kits too. So thank you so much for joining. We're going to sign off. Where's my Willie? I think he took his. I think he liked it so much he took it. We'll try to get some photographs up here. We'll be back here next week. Let's see. Maybe we'll do a butterfly or something next week. What else do we have over here? That's what I said I was going to do. Make sure you could see a few things. So yeah, we have some other things for us to paint. Summertime is coming. We want a fresh slice of watermelon. And I do have some of those. So what I may do, I'll come up with some things and I'll let you know. Peace to you. Have an amazing rest of your Saturday. Thank you for joining the Painted Pose over here with the Paint Pops. Okay. Thanks so much, Jasmine. Peace to you. Have an amazing rest of your day. Let me pop this up here. My lovely assistant is popping some. Next Saturday, Mommy and Me. Bless you, girl, because you know I didn't know what it was called. I'm standing right here. Next Saturday, Mommy and Me, or if you want to say Grown Up and Me. And sometimes it may be Daddy and Baby, you know. So a Mommy and Me event joining us here. If you would like to receive the tracer in the mail, let us know. We will put up a link for some Happy Mail, you know. And then if you want to think about being part of a membership or subscription, we're you know, I'm working on a few things. That will probably, you'll hear some more later in May, and then we'll see about rolling it out late June, July. So I'm thinking maybe about a summer camp, but more news will be coming soon. Thank you. Where's my theme music? I don't have any, but we're going to use some of Facebook's. Okay.